We'll just wait for a few more minutes for everyone to join, and then we'll start with the session.
Okay, I'm there. I'm there.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
A very good evening to all of you. Hope you all are doing well. We are pleased to welcome all of you to our information session on the biggest RFID challenge of the year, IEEE RFID Challenge 2021. It is organized by IEEE RFID TA in collaboration with CRFID, IEEE YP India Council, and IEEE RFID Council Kerala Section. Now, I call upon Ms. Meghna Sudeep, Secretary at IEEE RFID Council Kerala Section, to welcome our speakers for today.
Thank you so much, Gopika, for that invitation. And yeah, good evening, everyone. It's a pleasure to be gathered around RFID enthusiasts from all over India. And as you all know, this is one of the biggest RFID challenge of the year. And we have collaborated with some amazing collaborators for this challenge. This is a great event for us as Kerala Section for hosting this national challenge. And yeah, let me begin by first of all congratulating each and every one of you, because you all have been shortlisted from a participant count of more than 70, and you all deserve to be here. So without any further ado, I heartily welcome Dr. Malay Tripathi, General Chair, RFID TA, and our Chair, RFID Delhi Chapter. I welcome you, sir.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Meghna. Thank you, Dr. Vijay, Chair of RFID Kerala Section, Kerala Chapter, and also other seniors who is attending this meeting, and also all participants who have come through all the way to this level. Thank you all. It is really great moment for me to declare the beginning of our IEEE RFID Technology and Application 2021 conference from this event. Okay, I'm very happy to be here, and this is the national event. Pan India competition is there, and you all of you are lucky, blessed participants. You have come across and you have come across this point, and I'm sure many of you will enjoy this competition, and some of you will get, of course, prizes and certificates after the end of uh, uh, this challenge. We have the option for you, apart from the awards and certificates, and we'll call some of you for the submission of the papers, technical articles, successfully for the journals after this competition. And all of you know the RFID TA 2021. This is the 11th version of the RFID, IEEE RFID conference. This is the flagship conference of the RFID Council of IEEE. Last time it was in 2019, it was in Pisa, Italy. And this year there was a COVID year in 2020, we could not organize. And this year we are organizing at Delhi, India. First time this conference is coming to India, and next year most probably it is going to Singapore if they are going to organize. Otherwise it will go to Portugal. And if Portugal take this for the next year, then it will go to Singapore in following year 2022. Anyway, this is very, very important conference for IEEE researcher, academician, and those who are working in industry. And this is new to all of us, of course. All of you know the IoT. RFID is nothing. This is the one RF sensor, which is the part of the IoT. You can consider in that way. Even the IoT is the very, very important use case for the 5G technology. Okay. So RFID is also in along with the IoT technology is coming up. We have the all the kind of applications. You will find that there is the various areas we receive the papers. It could be cloud computing. It could be your networking. It could be your imaging. It could be localization. It could be antennas. Of course, many papers from India we got from antennas only. We received around 130 papers. Out of that, we have shortlisted 84 papers, and we have the 15 special sessions by the brilliant scientists and academicians all over the world. You can go to the website, you can see the kind of the level of the crowd and level of the kind of uh, international advisors, those who are associated with this conference. Of course, our organizing committee, this is the PAN world. You can find the most important representative from the most important parts of the world. Okay. And this is truly international in nature. And we will publish all the papers in IEEE Explore. We have the 84 selected papers. They will be going to IEEE Explore. And we'll invite all of them for the journal. That is the IEEE journal on RFID. That is the flagship journal of the IEEE RFID Council. That means you can understand with the token of by investment of the student participation fee, that registration fee, which is roughly $58, and you will get the 2 IEEE Explore conference papers, and you will be called for the extended submission for the 2 IEEE RFID journals. I think the wonderful opportunity for all the youngsters who are from India. So cheap, and IEEE brand and quality, everything is there. And you'll surprise out of 84 papers, we have more than 40 papers are from Europe and USA. And there is around 10 papers or more from the China and around 40 papers we will be from India. They are truly international in nature. And you will have a very good WhatsApp, that is the mobile capture precision localization. It is very, very important for the many strategic applications. It could be your swarming of the robot. It could be your kind of automatic vehicle driving and all. It could be wireless manufacturing anywhere. The precision localization with mobile capture is very, very important area which is going to come up. Particularly very complex domain, complex metro crossings and all. Your automatic vehicle driving is very, very troublesome, very, very difficult, very, very complex scenario. And there will have this kind of the RFID based mobile capture and precision localization is one of the very important domain we are going to use this thing. And there are many areas. It is very difficult to tell, with short time. It could be the health mobility. You will find one keynote speaker Professor Mao. He's going to talk how we can use for the mobile and healthcare system. That is also another area where you will have the keynote speakers. And many invited speakers, top companies of the world like Impage and all. The Meghna, his is also, her name is the Meghna. She is from MIT PhD, working as a strategic scientist and innovator for the Impage, that's the best company in the RFID domain. And she is also part of the different committees in technical committees in the White House. She's organizing this this industry session. That means you can see what could be the panel. Panel will be from MIT, panel will be the top industrialists, panel will be from the various experienced people. That will be the our this invited session, invited talk sessions. We have keynote speakers, we have the workshop, and also we have RFID challenge. This is a beautifully arranged all the sessions. We have the brilliant organizers, and really they are leaders in true sense. And all young guys, you have the opportunity to interact with all the experts. You will network yourself in India and also abroad. And many of you may find a chance to find the people to whom you can talk for in future for your career prospects. With this, I thank all of you. I hope you will have the very good experience to journey with us for the next 1 month. And I hope you will enjoy definitely. And you will have the many takeaways when you see how we are completing this events by October 8, 2021. Thank you. Now it is over to Meghna and Vijay. I think with this I conclude my inaugural, I mean this evening talk to inspire the students for competing for this. Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much, Malay sir, for formally inaugurating our RFID challenge for the year. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
And I welcome Mr. Bijoy Jose, Chair, Council of RFID Kerala Section, to the event. Thank you, sir, for always being supportive to us. And of course, a great bunch of RFID enthusiasts. Welcome to the event. I hope this event will be very informative. And yes, we'll be revealing the much awaited RFID challenge for you all to solve. And yeah, I also welcome our student volunteers to this function. Thank you all once again. Over to you, Gopika.
Thank you. Now I call upon Dr. Bijoy Jose, Chair at IEEE RFID Council Kerala Section and Associate Professor at CUSAT, for explaining about the challenge.
Thank you, Gopika. Thank you, Meghna. Thank you, Malay sir, for your kind words and an update on the RFID TA conference, probably the signature event in RFID space this year. So let's get to business. You all are here because you're selected from around 70 plus applicants as the finalists for this embedded challenge competition. So RFID chapter of Kerala has done one event last year along the similar lines. And once I interacted with Malay sir, we sort of decided why not make it in a national level, get enthusiasts across India and connect it with RFID TA and go in a bigger scale. And RFID TA is sponsoring this event. The cash prize of 50,000 rupees will be sponsored by RFID TA. We are also partnering with India Council Young Professionals. They are our partners for running this event. And obviously, Kerala section and Delhi section chapters of Council for RFID working together in running the matters. Okay, so with that, let me get to the theme. Please let me know if it is visible.
Yes, it is, sir.
Okay. As I mentioned, let's kick off RFID Challenge 2021, organized by TA Conference and CRFID chapters and YP India Council. Today, we are having mostly non-Kerala participants here. We'll have a separate session for the Kerala participants a bit later. So how to participate, right? So there was obviously the first step that you were part of, right? You have applied, you have shown what is your credentials, and we have decided, okay, this is worthy of a finalist, right? Now we will present what is the theme for the RFID challenge, and we would require you to submit a proposal, either as an individual or a bunch of people, up to 5 members. You can submit your proposal. Then the hard part, implementing the proposal, and finally submitting the demo video and report. Right, this is what is the ask from the participants. Obviously, the time window is very small. We are going to start and end in the month of September. The RFID TA conference is in October, and you will be getting a chance to present your work if you are in the top 3. Obviously, it comes with certificates of the conference and so on. And definitely the most important one, the cash prize and the selection to the RFID journal. So let's get to more details. What is the theme this year? Obviously, we cannot forget the COVID-19 pandemic that is affected us. And the theme this year is RFID technology in the fight against COVID-19. Obviously, you might be thinking, okay, how to use RFID technology to fight COVID-19. And that would mean, okay, should I be making a vaccine out of RFID technology? Not necessarily, right? So it is not just vaccines that is preventing the spread of COVID, right? It could be any solution which is helping in the fight against COVID-19. For example, let's think logistics. All these vaccines are being transported, right? There is an national vaccine certificate being given. When you think about healthcare, there is already existing a lot of RFID technology in hospitals. There could be a lot of RFID technology in logistics, in the transport of oxygen concentrators and so on, right? So there could be a lot of associated technologies other than, direct fight with COVID-19, right? So RFID is widespread in all of these: transportation, logistics, medical, vaccine, insurance claim, and so on, right? So you could develop a solution in any of these fields which has an effect against the spread of COVID-19. So that is the general theme. And how would we judge you? Number one, innovativeness of the idea. There are existing lot of applications. We are not going to belittle that, but if you have something innovative, something extra that will bring, ingenuity to your solution, that will be much appreciated. Depth of implementation. As I said, you only have a few weeks to implement your solution. We know that, you cannot make a product quality, ready to market solution in a matter of weeks, right? So it is going to be a prototype. It is going to be a partial implementation. That is fine. But if you achieve, a good part of what was proposed, definitely you'll be rewarded, right? So the depth of implementation of the solution. Effective use of RFID technology. This is because, the solution might have maybe 5% RFID for one person, whereas someone might be using RFID as core, 50% of it is dependent on RFID technology, right? So we want to encourage more use of RFID technology in your solution, right? So obviously, since this is an RFID challenge, RFID should not be an afterthought, right? So effective use of RFID technology will be rewarded. And finally, the humanitarian aspect, right? So it has to be helping the fight against COVID-19, how much it is helping humanity. After all, IEEE, the logo, the tagline itself is, advancing technology for humanity, right? So it is definitely a criteria. Now, what is the reward once you win the race? There is a winner's cash prize of 30,000. 2 runner-ups will get 10,000 rupees each. You will be participating in the RFID TA conference, which is happening in India. This year, obviously, it is online. We will have the 3 winners join on October, the first day of the conference, make a presentation to the rest of the organizing team and the participants about what was your solution, what was the winning solution, and obviously the participation certificates. And your paper will be shortlisted for the IEEE RFID journal. The paper in the sense that, whatever you're building as a solution, you are invited to write a journal paper on it. Getting into the journal paper will follow RFID journals mandatory policies. Of course, Malay sir was mentioning there is around 80 papers or so in the conference, right? So all of them are vying for the spot of, can I get invited into the journal, right? So if you're winning or being a runner-up here, you're getting an automatic shortlisting. And the deadlines, right? The competition starts right now. We need a proposal in a week. I mentioned it as before 9th. If you have a proposal ready by tomorrow, that is fine as well. We will be contacting you over email, and that will be where you'll be sending your proposal. And then we will give you feedback, but you can get to implementing your solution and submitting us a report with a demo of the video and some pictures in a report and some write up on what was your solution, how you implemented it, how did you solve the challenges, somewhere before 30th September. And the winners will be announced and they will be invited to make a presentation on 6th of October. So I hope the deadlines are very clear. We will share this PowerPoint with you all. And that comes to the end of the presentation, and I'll be ready for any questions and answers I can entertain.
Hello, sir. Am I audible?
Yes, go ahead. Please introduce your name and where you're from.
Yes, sir. I am Aditya. I am from IEEE Young Professionals Group from Kharagpur section. I am the vice chair of IEEE Young Professionals Affinity Group there. So, my question was, you mentioned the report, right?
Yeah.
So, is there any guidelines for the report making? How
No,
many pages? What need to be maintained in that?
Good question. When we conducted it last year, we had a particular format that was expected, but this time we are going to keep it, free form. You can come up with a, custom report. Some people want to focus more on the video, some want to focus more on the pictures. It is up to judging and, impressing the judging panel, right? Obviously, Malay sir will be there. The vice president of RFID council will be there, and one more from the organizers will be there, right? So you can come up with your custom report. It could be a PDF, with pictures, a link for the Google Drive hosted video. It could be a mix of that. We are not going to give you a particular format.
So either we can submit either video or a report or both.
Both is fine. Either one is also fine. That's up to you.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you for the question. Anything else?
Yeah, sir. Sorry, I'm again Aditya here. So,
Okay.
What about this proposal?
Right. So you can keep that short.
Regarding the proposal format, is there any teaser?
No, you can keep it short. You can put an email to us. We'll share this PowerPoint with you through email. You can reply to that saying, this is what you're planning to build. It could be anything from a one pager to maybe even few lines, right? So we just want to know that you're participating actively and you have a plan to build. We might give you some feedback, but there is no format. We are not going to put everyone, this is how you should solve, this is how you should come up with a solution. It is up to you.
Okay, sir. Thank you. So the corporates of this project will be aligned with this participants itself, right? Since it was
I didn't really hear you.
targeted to a journal.
Can you repeat your question, please?
No, sir. Actually, what I'm asking was, once the report was submitted or any prototype was developed or some report has been submitted, so the copyrights for, since it is targeted to some sort of journal, so the copyrights will be returned with that participant, right?
So let me explain that a bit further. So once you solve that, let's say you are one among the winners, you will be invited to presenting in a conference, right? So let's say you go present it at a public function, and if you're presenting an idea, automatically the copyright belongs to you, right? If you sign the copyright and give it to RF, let's say an IEEE paper, then IEEE has a right to reprint it. Still, the IP rights is still with the inventor, right? Again, obviously here you are not getting to publish in the conference. You are just shortlisted for the journal, where you also have the option to opt out. It is not mandatory that you have to publish.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Got it. Yeah, got it, sir. Thank you.
Hello, sir.
Sure. Nitin, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Okay, sir. I'm Nitin Naushad. I'm from Trivandrum and I'm from Amrita University. I'm a third year student. So what I wanted to ask is that you had mentioned about either doing it alone or teaming up with 5 people, right? So that 5, like, can we be the team lead and choose 5, or should that 5 be among the 25 participants here?
So we had sent invitations to, I think, around 20 plus people to participate in that. So one of them should be a member, right? So you can make a team of 5.
Yeah,
I'm hoping that, Nitin, you received this email. You were one among the shortlisted people.
Yes, I had actually. Yeah.
So you can add 4 others who are not part of this 20. You can add your friends. You can add people from college. You can ask a faculty to join you in this project. Anybody is fine. They need not be even IEEE members. That's okay.
Oh, all right.
You're free to choose. Just that, the people who were given an invitation has to be there, because you were shortlisted from people who applied on time, and the form was filled with what is your RFID credentials. So we cannot have external participants outside that.
Okay.
It is an invitation only event.
Hello, sir. My name is Amit. I'm from Model Engineering College. I'm a second year student there. Can I ask a doubt?
Sure. Go ahead, Amit.
So you had just mentioned that the participants could, the rest of the four members could be anyone, right? Like a faculty or a YP or a student.
Yes.
It's up to us, right?
Yeah. We even have, I think in this crowd, we have faculty here.
Okay.
So definitely we are looking at researchers, right? So serious researchers, right? So the more experience you have in this field, the better.
Okay. Thank you.
I think the RFID journal invite will be of more interest to faculty. Any more questions and doubts? We'll definitely share this PowerPoint with you. You can ask your questions to that email and we'll answer them. As I mentioned, we request you to send proposals in a week. I would recommend not waiting a week. If you have an idea, if you have a half-baked RFID solution in hand, you can think about how can I tune towards a full-blown RFID solution against COVID, right? So we are not against someone, using existing solution and making it orient towards RFID challenge. So it's just that you have to match the theme and you have to come up with an implementation, and we'll judge the proposal and we'll judge the report, how much you have built, and based on that we'll make a call. Okay, I think I'll wait 30 more seconds to see if there is a question. After that we can hand it over to the anchor.
Hello, sir. I'm Nitin again.
Yeah.
So this project can be implemented in a micro size also, right? Like let's just say using an Arduino or some other microcontrollers. Like we may not be able to implement it in the
Okay, I think then I'm going to mute you for a bit.
Yeah, also will that do? Just
Okay. I couldn't fully hear your question, Nitin. But what I imagine is that you wanted to know whether I can use an Arduino board, whether I can use some helping development boards.
so
Am I correct?
am I audible now?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. I want using developer boards only. That is not in a huge scale market way, but just as a micro project way.
Yeah, you can develop it as a prototype, as I mentioned.
Prototype.
You can use any of these prototyping boards, all the way from Arduino to full-blown FPGA. So we don't have an issue, but it should have an RFID element inside, right? Not inside the board. It could be interacting. The Arduino board could be interacting with the RFID chip, right? So it should have RFID in the solution, because one of the criteria is how much you have used RFID technology. Right? So that being a criteria, you lose out if RFID is for RFID sake.
Okay, sir. All right. Thank you.
Let's give another 30 seconds.
Hello.
Yeah, Ashwin, go
Yeah,
ahead.
I'm
Please.
Ashwin from GC Thrissur. So
Yeah.
we had registered for the embedded challenge for Kerala section, and we had registered as a team of 4. So do we have to register with the same team, or can we add another member?
You can add a member, no issues.
Okay.
Okay, I'll give some more time. Okay. I hope there are no further questions. We'll send you this PowerPoint. We are looking forward to hearing from you in the solutions. Congratulations on being shortlisted due to your experience in RFID and your interest in sparing this time here. We'll have one more information session with other set of people, and let's hear from everybody with what is your idea for fighting COVID using RFID technology, and let's see how much you get to implement. I understand 2 to 3 weeks is very short time to implement a full-blown solution. We are okay with that. You can submit a partial solution. We will look at what is the innovative idea that you have brought in place, and how much you have implemented, and decide accordingly. Thank you for your time. Over to Gopika.
Thank you, sir. I guess we have come to an end of the session, and I would like to thank a few people before ending the session. First of all, my heartfelt thanks to Dr. Malai Ranjan for being with us here today and for taking us through this challenge. I would also like to thank Dr. Bijoy Jose for being our right hand and for also giving us a full insight on this challenge. Next, I would like to thank Ms. Meghna and Mr. Hardy and all our student team for their dedication and their support. Last but not the least, I would also like to thank the participants for your cooperation. Without you all, this session would not be possible and this event would not be possible. So we'll all see you at the challenge, and wishing you all the very best of luck. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good night.